Hey friends, it's Leah Noel here. Welcome to Rhubarb Pet Studio. I do not have my tripod today, so I'm hoping to keep this as steady as I can. But I wanted to show you what an end of September, early October rhubarb plant looks like. Very wilted. I had some kind of bugs here. Lenny is here with me. Hi, Lenny. Okay, so let me just slowly bring this in so that, there we go. Let's have a little chat. Okay. It is nice to see you all. I told you in June that I was coming up on some busy times, and they happen to be very busy. And we have been doing things like, okay, in July I went to Oklahoma for a stitching retreat at the Silver Needle. That was amazing. And then right after that, my husband and I went on our first international trip together. We went to Scotland and Ireland. That was amazing. That was so good. Both of us were ready to just stay, not come back. I'm really trying to hold this steady here. Okay, so we did that, and then as soon as we came back, both my husband and I had COVID, and it was my first time having it, and it knocked me out for a couple weeks, and I lost my sense of taste and smell, which I was just really disappointed about. It has come back since then. I won't give you more details other than, yeah, it just sucked. My husband did a lot better than I did. Then after we recovered from that, we had a couple events going on with our family, like, you know, like a wedding and stuff like that. So we had to do some traveling back there, back in our hometown area. Not totally our hometown, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We decided to look for houses. We were not totally sure when we were going to move home, like back home towards family. We weren't sure if it was going to be this year or next year. We knew we wanted to move at some point, but it's just not a great time to move. It's not a good time to buy or sell houses, but we decided to look, and we were in the position where we don't have to move, and that's kind of a nice position to be in. But yeah, we found a house that we like, and we made an offer, and they accepted it, and so we are moving next month. Yeah, it's we're moving out of state, and we'll be closer to family, which will be amazing. That's what sealed the deal for me, I guess, is that we found a house in our first choice town. We know that we won't be moving again, like, for the foreseeable future, and so I felt okay, you know, because we have a son in second grade, and it's mid-school year. He's gonna have to move mid-school year. Anyway, I could talk more about that, but I think I won't for now. And Okay, so we're moving next month, which meant that we just all of a sudden had to get our house, our current house, ready to sell. Like, we had to get it into showing shape, and then we had to start showing the house. And oh my gosh, that was such an ordeal. I didn't handle it very well. I'll be honest with you. It was overwhelming to me. But we had some good help. My parents drove in, and they just whipped this place into shape. Both of them are just so good at doing that kind of stuff, and they came. We needed help. They came. And I also have a good friend here where we live who came and helped me pack up some stuff. And when I say some, like probably half of my stuff, just packed it up into boxes and deep cleaned my house. I cannot tell you the type of relief I felt having that help. So anyway, it only took one weekend of showings. We got an offer, and it was a good offer, so we accepted it. And we are selling this house on October 30th. So we do have a little bit of wiggle room, with moving across state lines, and yeah, it's a big project. So anyway, all that to say, that's what's taken me so long to check in with you here, and why you haven't really seen me on YouTube or Instagram lately. It's just because we got a lot of sticks in the fire. And so also, because I am moving soon, I had to pack up almost all of my stitching stuff. I mean, almost all of it is packed up in totes and in storage now. So when I was packing it up, I took some pictures and I posted a mini whip parade of sorts on Instagram, so you can kind of see some of the projects that haven't seen the light of day for a while on Instagram, like a self-paced whip parade, I guess. And then the other thing is that I did keep out a handful of whips to work on between now and like sometime in November. Not exactly sure when in November, but like I'm just thinking we're gonna move towards the end of October, and then I don't think we're gonna be like unpacked and stuff right away, so that'll bring us in November. So anyway, I just kept out a few whips to stitch on in the interim, and that is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you all of the whips that I kept in my tote to work on between now and at least the end of November. I mean, I'm sure I'll dig into my stash when I get there to the new house, but I say that and who knows what's gonna happen. Okay, so I wanted to do that. Wanted to show you these rhubarbs here. A question I've been getting is, am I bringing my rhubarb patch to my new house? And the answer to that is I hope so. These can be, let's go down here again. Rhubarb should be transplanted in the fall or the spring. And really you want to do it when they're not growing anymore. So like when they're dormant. So I'm hoping that by the time we move, it will be chilly enough that they'll be pretty much sleeping, and I can just take them out and put them in a pot and bring them to the new house. And If not, I know where I can get more rhubarb. There's rhubarb coming out of our ears up here in the upper Midwest. So it's kind of something we do really well up here. But I'm also not bringing all of these rhubarb plants. I think I'll probably just bring like 1 or 2 because I think the new owner, actually I'm pretty sure it was in our contract that all the plants, all the planted plants will stay. Okay. I got interrupted there by Lenny, who just wants me to throw his ball. Anyway, okay, so before I take you inside to show you my whips, I did want to do a spotlight mention. So I have not been good at keeping up with floss tubes recently, just because, you know, life is chaos. But I have been watching 2 floss tubers that are new to me, and I wanted to give them a little spotlight mention here. So the first one is a new floss tuber. She's got, I think, 5 videos out now. Her name is Karen. Her channel is KBH Stitches, and I believe I was following her on Instagram for a long time, and then one day YouTube suggested her floss tube number 1 to me, and I recognized the handle KBH Stitches, so I checked out her video, and I love her stuff. I love her whips. She's got some really good stuff going, and she's just since she's newer to the floss tube world, she did like a whip parade broken into 3 parts, I think, and so it was really fun to see like everything that she's got going on, and yeah, I don't know, I would say just go and check out her channel. And I think she actually almost has 1,000 subscribers already, which is great. So maybe one of you will be number 1,000. That would be fun. Okay, the next person is Kelly at Pages 3 Stitching. I think Pages 3 Stitcher. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have written it down, but I didn't. It will be linked below. But her name's Kelly, and I discovered her channel recently, and she does floss tubing, but she also does quilting, and she makes a separate quilting video. And something that really stood out to me about her projects, both stitching and quilting, is that she really loves bright colors. And I also really like bright colors, so yeah, I really enjoy seeing what she's working on, and I also really enjoyed the quilting videos, so much so that lately I've been watching more quilting videos than I have floss tube. I really want to get into quilting someday, and hopefully someday soon, but I will have space in the new house, which I'm really looking forward to, but not right away, because reasons. We're not gonna, anyway, eventually I'm going to get into quilting. I just don't know when that's gonna be. So anyway, I would give Kelly's channel a look, and oh, she just had a really big finish, and I think it was some woodland, it's like a Design Works, the woodland one. Very impressive finish. So go and check out her latest Flosstube. I think that's the August Flosstube. She only does one video a month, two technically, because one is Flosstube and one is quilting. So yeah, go check out those two stitchers. And so for now, let's head inside and I'll get this all set up and I'll show you what's in my stitching bin. Okay, let's go. Hey, okay, so here we are in my stitching space, and yeah, my stitching space. Since I had to pack up most of my stitching supplies, I also packed up my tripod, so my setup here is a little bit different than I'm used to and that you're used to, but if you can just bear with me, that would be great. I'm just going to show you what is in my stitching bin, which I have right next to me. And just for full disclosure, I'm coming off of a headache, so if I seem distracted or anything along those lines, that's probably just what's going on. It wasn't awful, enough to just be distracting, but I was able to stitch earlier today and I'm able to visit with you now. So I've missed you, and this was really the best day that I could film any kind of update. So okay, so I'm just going to start with the project I was stitching on earlier today because it's out already. This is Portuguese Bird Sampler by Barbara Anna Designs. This is what the model looks like. I actually got to see this model at the Silver Needle this summer in July. I got to see the stitched model. I don't know if it was on 36 or 40 count. It was huge. It was so big. And it was done, it must have been 36 count because it looked like it fit onto a fat quarter. If you go, wow. See, this is where you can tell I'm feeling goofy. If you don't want to stitch on like 36 or 40 count, you'll need more than a fat quarter. So anyway, the stitch model at the Silver Needle was beautiful. Mine looks totally different though, because I'm doing a different colorway. I'm doing my own conversion. I'm really enjoying it though. So this is my progress. What to tell you about this? This is 36 count Lilac Mist, I think, by Lakeside Linens. It's a very light purple. All of the flosses, 100% of the flosses are color and cotton flosses of my choosing. I'm doing the border as I go. So like, if you've been to my channel before, you know that I'm not excited about borders ever. And this was the exception. Like, something about this border just speaks to me. It reminds me of string lights. And so that was maybe the jumping off point to my color conversion, is that border reminded me of string lights. And so I wanted it to have this, like, magical, cheerful vibe. And then like the bird and the flowers, they remind me of like a tropical bird and tropical flowers, and so so that's kind of where my color inspiration came from, because yeah. So you see what the border is supposed to look like, and currently my border does not have the bulbs. Here and here and here. The whole design is charted for just regular cross stitch, and I'm adding specialty stitches, so you can kind of tell on these that I'm doing some kind of specialty stitch. It might be Smyrna technically, but I don't know, because it's not an X and then a plus over the top. It's like I start with a slant, and then I keep kind of cycling. Someday I'm just gonna have to draw it out for you, but that'll keep for another day. But anyway, these border things I'm gonna do in satin stitch, and in order to do that, I think I'm gonna have to put it on maybe a scroll frame. And I'm just not ready to do that because right now I'm just stitching in hand. And then I added 3 letters of the alphabet, an A, U, O. My pronunciation is not great. Those are Danish letters of the alphabet. What else to say about this? So I was not super far along when you saw it last. I know I was not all the way done with these alphabets, these letters. So those are finished. I made a counting error, but you can't tell, so I just went with it. I put too many spaces between the P and the Q, and so then I was scared because I thought I was going to run out of space here, and thankfully I didn't run out of space. But I showed this to my husband, and he's like, so is the rest of the alphabet somewhere else on the sampler? And I was like, no. He's like, so it just ends on B? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I don't like that. And I was like, oh, crap, because I want him to like it. We'll see. I might actually sneak in the rest of the letters down here next to the these like fruit things. I think they're fruits. Just like in an over one situation, like just W, X, Y, Z. I don't know. Is that too extra? All right, so I'm not totally done with this border here. In all honesty, it's my least favorite thing to stitch. How did that happen? Okay. So this border here has been my least favorite thing to stitch. The line is one floss color. There's 3 floss colors, that's what I'm trying to say. And I keep miscounting, and I don't care. Let me show you one. Actually, just the most recent one that I did. See? It's off-centered. It's supposed to look like this. But nobody's going to be able to tell from a distance unless they're really studying. And if they find it, I don't really care about that either, so. Okay. I'm very unfocused today. I'm sorry about that. I'm using a mix of 1 strand and 2 strands, and it's sort of arbitrary, but sort of not. The borders, so like this most outer border is 1 strand. The string lights is going to be 1 strand, but the bulbs are going to be satin stitched with 2 strands, at least 2 strands. This alphabet is just 1 strand, this border 1 strand, but then all these big letters, 2 strands, and then back to 1 strand for this border. A mix of 1 and 2 for this border, because I wanted that pink to come out a little bit more, so I had to use 2 strands. But yeah. And then this main portion, this main area, this design, is 2 strands because I wanted it to really pop. So that's how that's looking so far. For the people who are working on that peacock badger something design, so many of them have said that it feels like coloring because you stitch the outline and then you fill it all in. That's what this feels like. That's definitely what this feels like, is coloring with cross stitch. So I've been doing this where I just do the outlines and then I just fill in. Whenever I feel like doing a different color, I just find a place that needs some fill in, working on that leaf. This blue is a mistake, but I actually like the way it looks. See, look at this leaf. It's supposed to be a yellow in there, but like, I don't know. I just really like it with the blue. So I'm keeping it. And then, yeah. This bird is so big. I'm using 1 variegated floss to fill it in. It's supposed to be like a black bird, but my floss is more brown. And I also don't love the stripy look all the time, especially not for like animals. It depends on the design. Sometimes I really like it if it's like a geometric pattern or something. But for this one in particular, I wanted it to look more organic. So I don't stitch in straight lines. I just I stitch around like in this kind of a motion, but not strictly. So that's what that, you can see that variegation there. And then most recently I started in on this horse. I think because I wanted to put these flowers in, because I was debating on the colors. I don't love the center color there, but it's okay. I think in the grand scheme of things, it'll be fine. So there's that. I've got a lot more to do, but it's coming along. All right. I'm not going to spend that much time on all of these whips, but that one has been receiving like most of my attention this month, because I don't know, it's just really relaxing to work on. So, okay, next up, MLK sampler. This is by Stone Street Stitchworks. It says, "The time is always right to do what is right," which is Martin Luther King quote, which is why this is the MLK sampler. And I, again, doing my own color conversion, and put my needle away here. This is where I'm at. I don't remember what this fabric is. Let me see if I wrote it down. Oh, it is Moon Glow, 32 count Moon Glow by Picture This Plus, and it's a very bright yellow. Let me hold it back so you can see a more genuine color. This is more of the genuine color here. I picked my own colors based on the vibrancy that I was going for. I really wanted to stick with primary colors plus green. My son's favorite color is yellow, like a bright yellow like this. And I had this piece in my collection. I used to really like buying these, this size. They're, I think technically they are 16th of a yard. They're like a sample size. And I used to really like buying these because they're inexpensive and a good way to see what the color, what the dye looks like. So I bought a lot of these prior to the plague. And then once everybody was buying fabric just willy-nilly, it became less of a feasible thing, I think, because especially with Picture This Plus, they didn't always have that in stock, and you know, all the linen troubles and everything. But I do not enjoy stitching this design, but I love the way it looks, and I love this design, and I think it's very well charted. Yeah, like very well charted, and really love the design, the way it looks. But stitching this, I found out about myself that I do not like this style where you have one stem and then branches off of that stem. I don't enjoy the thinking that goes into my trailing thread on the back, and I don't like to bury my thread if I have to move it to the other side of the fabric. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, I'm trying to get this done because I want to give it to my son. And I think he will really enjoy having this, especially like in his room or something. And that's my motivation. That's the reason why I'm hanging on to it, and I'm gonna keep going with it. So yeah, I think since you saw it last, this top border is done. I finished one or two of these flowers, maybe one or two of these little thingies, and added more of the stems there. So yeah, it's coming along. Okay, move faster. All right, just start grabbing things. Yeah. Okay. Next one is Seashells, and I'm gonna take this out of the hoop for you. Wow. So this is Seashell Treasures. It's a Dimensions Gold Petite. Trying to get it out of the bag. This is what the model looks like. I've been stitching this for ages. These Dimensions Gold Petites are like, I don't know, what is it about them? They're difficult to get through sometimes, but I'm working on it. This project just reminds me of my mother-in-law, and so I'm going to put her name down here somewhere, and I don't know what else I'm gonna add to it down here, but some way I'm going to make this a thing about my mother-in-law. And I really want to get this done. I was hoping that this would be finished this year. It still could be. Look how close I am. Look at that. Look how close I am. Okay. I started here on the background. And I also started the back stitching of the shells. Now, the back stitching is a little bit tricky because I can't just back stitch as I go because they all connect to the background. And I'm saving the background for last, and I don't know why I'm doing that, but I am. So, I don't know. If current Leah could go back and talk to past Leah, and we could maybe consult a little bit about how to do this better, I would tell past Leah to do it in increments, like either treat it like a, you know what I would do? I would treat it like a full coverage project, and I would do it in diagonal all the way across, and that way I could keep up with the back stitching as I go, and I wouldn't get overwhelmed with having to do, I don't know. Maybe this year, but if not this year, then definitely next year. Definitely. Okay, sorry for that interruption. I took out the next whip and realized I didn't have a cover photo, and I had to wait ages for this to load. So, okay, so my next project, my next whip is called Good Night's Kiss by Uncanni Kari. And I selected this as a wedding stitch for my husband's cousin. And I decided
Welcome back.
No.
How can I help you?
You can't help me. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so Good Night's Kiss. So I didn't want to do this this color scheme. So I wanted it to be like more, I wanted it to be just more like, I mean, yes, it's a cute design, but I really just wanted it to be more serious, you know, like, because I want it to be a wedding gift. So I took the wedding photo, not wedding, the wedding announcement, the invitation. Get it together, Leah. All right. And I just drew inspiration from the wedding invitation to come up with this color scheme. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's very earthy. I'm gonna hold it up. Actually, here, I'll show you my color scheme first. So these are the colors that I selected for this design. Oh, Leah. Okay. Here's the colors I selected for the design. So there's like some those colors there. So that's gonna be for one night. And then those colors there for the other night. Okay. And so far, I like the progress. Did I seriously lose? There it is. Losing my marbles is what I'm losing. Okay. All right. So I had some 36 count Barb's blend that I was not going to use for anything. And I just thought that it was a really nice earthy tone. And I thought this would be kind of nice. So here's my progress so far. I'm really liking it. It's a pretty quick stitch, I think. Their wedding has come and gone. And we were unable to go anyway because of just our crazy summer plans and how things ended up shaking out. But I actually know his cousin pretty well. Not like super well, but we did. Were we in high school together? I can't remember if he was a freshman when I was a senior. That could be either that or he was like slightly younger and in one of my sister's grades. But either way, we did cross paths a bit, and just such a funny, generous, creative kind of a guy. And I just thought that he would like the punniness of Good Night's Kiss. Like he was in drama club. Maybe that's where we spent some time together. I can't remember, but anyways. Well, other than family events, like we would hang out at family events too with my hubby's family. Anyway, I'm liking how this is coming out. I'm excited to see how this other night turns out with the blue. I haven't been able to do any of the blue. I think that's going to be nice. Just a nice, just fun thing. I actually had to add 2 colors to this design in order for this to work out. Because the original design just uses like 4 colors, like 2 pinks and 2 blues. And so yeah, I opted to add, I'm using 3 and 3. Okay. But yeah, that is overdue now. So, and yeah, they don't know that I'm making it for them. So, really, they just probably think we're jerks because we haven't sent them their card or anything. We're just super behind. So, that's life, especially our life this summer. Very carefully put that back down. Okay. Next design, next whip that I kept out is called a Fair Lady Sampler. I kept this out because once a month I have a phone call date with my bestie from grade school. And that was our New Year's resolution this year, is to talk every month, once a month, on a certain day of every month, and on or around the day. And this design, I had it in my collection, and I had it, I wanted to stitch it, but I didn't really have a purpose. And then when we made the New Year's resolution, it just kind of struck me how much this sampler just reminds me of her and me. And so this is my sampler to commemorate that friendship. I just think it's so sweet. I need to brighten things up, so you know that about me. So I'm using a handful of called for flosses and a handful of my own flosses, and I am stitching it on this vibrant green Irish something fabric by Color and Cotton. And, oh, sorry, I'm trying to fold it so that I can hold it here. Ugh. I'm seriously a mess, you guys. All right, get yourself together. All right, so here's my progress. I think from back here, that's kind of an accurate color of the fabric. It's really like a saturated, it's like a spearmint almost, I would say. But here is the up close of my progress. I've put in a lot of stuff since you saw it last. I finished all of their faces and hair and working on their outfits, getting that all done, and then just kind of going one motif at a time. This the tree with the serpent, that is done. So yeah, I like it. It's very fun. And I'm stitching this one in hand as well. It's just, I don't know, it's just easier to stitch in hand when I'm talking on the phone. I don't know why that would make sense, but I don't know. So I'm liking it, and I tried to pick dress colors that we would like. I'm the purple one, obviously, and she's the light blue one. She's more of a blue girl. So watery, like a watery blue. And purple, you know, like blue, watery blues and purples, and maybe, yeah, and dark blues. Okay. Okay, this one is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. This is what the model looks like. Oh, let's pull it back here. I am removing 4 blocks. I've already stitched this top one, and I'm working on this one, and I'm removing this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I'm also going to rearrange. So mine will only be this big. Only. And I'm rearranging the tiles. So I don't have a picture of what that rearranging is going to be, but I know it. There's so much stitching in one of these blocks. It is incredible. I think I'll show you. So I think that this block that I'm working on has upwards of 6,000 stitches, I think, which is a lot. For one block, like that's a lot. it's almost full coverage. So here's my progress. This is a 16 count Haven Ada by Pictureless Plus. It's a discontinued color. Yeah. And it's too bad because this is a really beautiful color, and I definitely bought a lot of it because it was one of my favorites. It's such a beautiful, I think on the camera it's coming out a lot more like a baby blue, but there is definitely a hint of purple in there, so it's really more of a periwinkle color, and I really enjoy it. And to me, this is definitely like a fall sky color. That's to me. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't use bright colors like this on their fall pieces, but you know, I'm me and I do that. So I'm using most of the called for DMC, but I am not always using the called for DMC where it's said to use it. So like this house, for example, was not supposed to be that light color. It was supposed to be the red color. This red color is a called for DMC, but the lighter red, the pinky color, that one in the design, it calls for like a yellow, and I didn't want red and yellow. I just didn't want red and yellow because I just didn't want that. And so I modified it, but I took from the same palette of all the called for DMCs. There was a lot of colors to choose from because this design uses a ton of floss. A ton. I really love how the top came out. I know it's in the hoop there, so you can't see the whole thing, but I also decided that instead of using black for all of the animals, I'm actually going to use a shade of blue because I think it will look better with my fabric. So, and the exception is going to be with the spiders. The spiders are black. But see, these birds up here are blue. So I just got a couple blues that look good with the fabric. And then, yeah, I don't know. I enjoy this one. This one is, I like to take this to events and stuff, and just to have something very easy. It's like fill in, but it's more interesting than just solid filling in. And yeah, it's looking good. I like it, and especially now that it's getting to be more fall, like actual fall here. This has been more appealing to me, so yes, looking forward to stitching on this some more, which is why I'm not taking it out of the hoop for you. But I haven't been able to cut the fabric yet because I don't know, I just don't know how long it's supposed to be, and I don't know. I have excuses about why I haven't cut the fabric, but eventually I'll cut it and it'll be fine. Okay. So much for putting away while I go. All right, this one, okay, I don't want this all to come crashing down. Pause. Okay, I just had to rearrange. Okay, next one I kept out was Strawberry House by the Scarlett House. And I kept this out because it's a wedding gift. And this one I have to have done on time because I'm going to be there in person. It's a destination wedding, and so I just have to go. And it's the wedding's in April, so I have until then to finish it. But just this house is, you know me, and fill in stitching. It's just not my favorite, so I kept it out so that I could just like chip away at it. This is on 36 count. 36 count. It's by Kitten Stitcher. Oh shoot, what is it? 36 count. Oh, Petite 4. I have a trailing thread here, but that's just gonna have to be the way that it is. So, I really like it. I love these colors on this fabric. No, they're not called for. They're just my own. I have to brighten everything up. The pattern calls for something more antique-y, and I couldn't do it. So, yeah, this will be for a friend. Yeah, I'll put their initials somewhere on here, but I really love the way this looks together with the Petite 4 fabric and then like these colors. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so gorgeous. It's gonna be hard not to keep it for myself. But those make the best gifts, right? The ones that we want to keep ourselves. Well, if they're appreciated, then it's the best gift. But yeah, when I don't know if someone's going to appreciate something, then I don't always give them something that I would want to keep myself. But next one is my long dog called Pavane for these times. I am stitching this with my good buddy Jenny, long dog stitcher, and she's doing a different colorway than I am. We're both doing 40 count. She's doing like a what fabric did she say? I can't remember if it was my brain's not working today. But I know she's using like an ecru or a white floss on like almost a taupe or tan fabric, and it's really beautiful. It looks just like lace. It's so pretty. I'm really enjoying mine too, though. Mine is on 40 count, holding up the model like that's what you want to see. So this is how far I am. Shoot. That's how far I am. I'm stitching mine on 40 count. It's 40 count fabric by Color and Cotton. It was not, here, let's hold it straight, huh? It was not a standard colorway. I think it was a limited edition. So I'm really enjoying this one. It's so fun to work on. And Jenny and I are trying to stay with each other. So like we're stitching with each other page by page. So we're not necessarily stitching on the same page, but we'll do one page at a time, and then we'll move on to the next page when the other person is ready. So that's been so nice. It's just been so fun and very low pressure. But this is just so easy to work on for me. I'm not doing this outside border. So you'll see this, the design has this is all stitched in the design, the solid border and then the sawtooth. And I'm not stitching that. So technically, you know, I have less stitching to do than Jenny because she's doing the whole border and it looks amazing. I think it looks amazing. I just can't make myself do it. So, plus it's easier for me to frame without a straight line. It says, turn your face to the sun and the shadows fall behind you. Which is so nice. I customized mine a little bit already. I put in this squirrel holding a flower, and the squirrel was actually included. The designer includes, I think, three or four different squirrels on the alphabet page. She includes a full alphabet for customizing your piece with letters and numbers. And there's 3 squirrels on there, and I thought, I'm just gonna find a place to put these squirrels. So I put one over here, and I'll put, I think, one other one somewhere. Can't remember what I decided. Anyway, I'm loving this so much. 40 count, 1 strand of Silks For You Floss PR 132 on a very light blue, tealy blue 40 count linen. Oh, love it. I love this one. And I'm definitely hoping to move on to the next page soon. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see, this one. All right, this one. Jingle Bells Christmas Tree Farm. I'm doing everything called for. I got the accessory pack, so it's all the called for flosses, all the called for beads. I got the called for fabric, everything's called for. Because this is going to be a gift for my middle stitcher, my middle sister. And she requested everything just the way it is in the picture. She just wants it exactly like the picture, which is totally fine because it's a perfect design. It is perfect. I'm not going to unroll this, but since the last time you saw this, I think I have actually added, I think I've finished all of this. I don't think that was all finished. I've added all of this and added all of this, and I've added all of this. So this, this project was on my plans list to finish this year, because this is a gift for my sister, and it's been a gift for my sister. Like, I've been working on this for several years now, which is just like, why have I not been able to pull myself together and just finish it? So I'm still hoping to finish it this year. I would really like to do that. And so I kind of have some plans on how to do it, starting next month, which is October. And maybe it'll happen, but because I'm at the top now. I'm on the top band. It is some pretty dense stitching up there though. Look, see that top band? It's like, what, a third? Maybe 2/5 of a design. So yeah, and it's not like these sparse stitches in here. So I want to point these out. Can you see them? Those are all queen stitches. I don't know if you can see very well, but that was my first time doing queen stitches. I've heard a lot of people say some mean things about the queen stitches. But I don't know. I didn't hate it. They take a little patience. I don't know. You should try one. If you haven't tried one before, you should try one. All right. Let's see. Okay, those are actually all of the whips that I kept in my bin. And then I decided to I just had a sneaking suspicion that I would draw my brother's name for our Christmas exchange this year. At Christmas, my siblings and we draw names for each other, and that way you only have to give one person one nice gift, and then we all get one nice gift from a sibling. And I just had a feeling that it was gonna be that I was gonna get my brother, and I kept this kit out. This is a Mill Hill beads. Is it a beads? No. I mean, it has beads, but I was thinking buttons and beads, but no, those are larger kits. So I'm thinking about making this for him for Christmas. I don't know if it's going to be possible. I also am not good at finishing these things. So I don't know if I should or not, but it's here if I want to start it, and it's small enough that I could start and finish it before Christmas time. So I might do it. It's 3 1/4 by 2.5 inches, and comes with you can't see the paper in here, but it comes with a little bit of paper, perforated paper, all the floss, all the beads, and a couple of needles. So, and I've always loved this. So I would actually like to make 2, one for my brother and one for myself. And I'm sure my other siblings and maybe even my parents will want one too. So I don't know, we'll see if I can manage that. Anyway, I don't know what to do. If I should do it, finish it on the paper, because I would like to do it on fabric, but I'm also not good at finishing fabric ornaments. And I don't really want this as an ornament. I want it as a magnet. I don't know. At least I don't know today or right now because my brain isn't working. I also kept this out because it makes me think of my sister-in-law. And I've been considering making this for my sister-in-law for a couple years. And so when I was packing everything up, I was like, oh, maybe I should just leave that out. But I didn't leave out any fabric. And I definitely would want to do it on fabric. I don't know, but I have it if I want to stitch it. And honestly, probably won't get done. The hilarious thing is that when I was setting all of these projects aside, the thought occurred to me that maybe I could finish everything in this bin by like, I don't know, November-ish, when I have my new house all like unpacked and put together. And then all of these projects will be done. And that is so funny. That is so funny. There is a handful in here that maybe could be done in a couple months, but I was so stressed out with the move that like I was so stressed and just not handling it very well that I didn't stitch at all for about 2 weeks. Like I just couldn't even relax enough to sit down and stitch. And yeah, that's when you know I'm just like, I'm just not myself, you know? But I'm feeling better now, and I've got all this stuff, great stuff to stitch, and yeah, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to go into the details of like what I've been doing the last couple of months, because I'm just not in the right headspace to do that in a concise way. And so I think what I'm going to do is just cut it off here. But going forward, I am going to be moving into my new house at the end of October, and I'm hoping that I might actually be able to do another update between now and when I move, and maybe I'll talk more then. I think maybe that's a good idea. Maybe let's pencil in some plans to do that. Pencil is always erasable. That's why I like making plans with pencils. All right, I'm gonna go. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what was in my bin, my moving bin. And I hope you're all well. And let me know in the comments what you're stitching on. I like to know that. What you're up to. Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye.